Hey, what is the difference between the poor mindset and the rich mindset? I think about this so many times that when I see poor people, when I say poor people, I'm not just talking about people who are on the side of the road with signs saying, I will work for food, I will work, I need a job, or anything will help, God bless. When Jesus Christ was telling Judas, the poor will be with you always, what was he really talking about? I have done some research and I really studied that a lot because that has helped me throughout my journey with finances and everything, because I studied Proverbs and King Solomon. King Solomon had a lot of things to say about finances and money. A lot of time people don't think about it, that you get up and go to work on your job, you get a check every week or every 2 weeks or monthly. You think that you're not poor because you got a roof over your head and you got food in the refrigerator. So Jesus said the poor will be with you always, because there are many people who are living check to check. You're like 2 to 3, maybe 4 checks away from being homeless, being on the street, no place to stay. If you lose your job right now, do you have enough savings that will cover at least 3 to 6 months of expenses? Most people don't. Most people, statistics say that most people don't have, but let's say this. Statistics say that most people cannot handle a $500 emergency. If something was to pop up right now that's going to cost $500 to $1,000 to get fixed or taken care of, most people would not be able to come up with that money. The poor will be with you always. I think back when they had the crisis, I think it's what's his name? Adolf or Nadoff pulled off the biggest savings and loan heist there was, that all these people lost their 401ks, their stocks and all these things, that he stole all that money. I mean, billions of dollars. People lost it. People lost their homes, all their money, boats, cars, because the poor will be with you always. These people were living off of their 401ks. They were refinancing up to their eyeballs. Every time they get equity in their house, they pull equity out of the house and buy stuff. And they had all these investments and whatnot. And you think when you see these people, you go around in these neighborhoods and you're like, wow, they must got a lot of money. They got it going on. I mean, they driving a nice, look at that big SUV. That SUV is at least $60,000, $70,000. Got a nice boat and got a big house, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 home, $1 million home. And you think, wow, no, these people got good credit. They got good credit and they refinanced themselves out of the eyeballs. And they'll work until they're old to pay for all this stuff. And one of the things that with the savings and loan scandal is that you saw all these people who looked like they had it going on, who was rich. You found out real quick they was poor, and they were living check to check, and they lost everything they had. Jesus said the poor will be with you always, because of the mindset and how they think. Wealthy people don't have to finance anything. Wealthy people, I always say there's a difference between rich and wealthy. You ever think about the owners of these NBA teams, soccer teams, baseball teams, football teams? Do you not know that these people are billionaires? They are so wealthy that these guys write the checks for all the players on the team, and they got enough money for themselves that they just super wealthy. That's wealth, generational wealth. But I want to talk to you today that if you ever get a chance to just do some research on it as to why did Jesus say the poor would be with you always? Because he was talking about mentally, physically, who wasn't physically able to work, mental health, got problems. You're going to be poor because you can't work. Your mind ain't right. Psychologically, spiritually, you into the wrong stuff. There are just so many aspects. Emotionally, you're into so many things that you will always be poor, that you don't have the right mindset. So what is the difference between the rich mindset and the poor mindset? The poor mindset thinks, I will spend whatever I earn, and I invest what's left over. I know it in my culture. In the African-American culture, we'll spend our last dollar and put clothes on our back. We'll spend our last dollar on some clothes, some shoes, and a pocketbook. And we'll invest whatever's left. If it's some left, I invest it. But a rich mindset thinks whatever I earn first, I'll invest it first. And then from it, after I invest, whatever is left, I will use that for my expenses. That you notice that when you invest in a 401k on your job, they take all that out first. And then whatever is left, then I pay my bills and whatever's left. Now, the rich people have understood a very simple principle that money makes money. The money that makes that money makes money. Rich people see money as an opportunity. Poor people see money as something to be earned. That poor people get up to earn money. Rich people invest their money, so while they're sleeping, their money is making money. So you have to get up every day and go to a job you don't want to go to, work on a job who people you don't like, and you got to earn your money. And you'll do that for the rest of your life if that's your mindset. Rich people will invest their money, let it draw compound interest, let it draw interest and grow year after year and month after month, because they know that their money is growing even while they're sleeping. They could be in the bed at night sleeping and their money is multiplying. That money that you put in makes money. The interest makes money. The compounding interest makes money. And that's something a lot of people have not learned. And you know, a lot of people nowadays are depending on Social Security. Social Security probably not even going to be around in the next 10 years. And people have no savings, no 401k, no stocks, no nothing. That they're probably going to be working till they're 80 or 90 years old if they live to be around that long. And that they're going to be working that long because they did not invest, take money out of their checks and put away for down the road, for the day will come that they would have to retire. That's for a big portion of America right now, that elderly people have no place to stay. They can't support themselves. They cannot retire. And a lot of people are finding themselves going back to work. And I was in Walmart the other day and it broke my heart, man. I was at a Walmart and I seen this old lady. She was running the register. And when I saw her, man, I actually felt my heartstrings just move my heart, man. And I was like, I tapped my wife. I said, man, this is wrong, man. This is wrong. This woman got to go out and work. Old as she was, man, trying to earn a living, trying to work just to make ends meet, man. And it was sad. It was really sad. And my heart went out to her, man. But the mindset has to change. If you want to attain wealth, and I'm not saying everybody's not going to be rich. And me, frankly, I want to be well off. I want to be well off. I don't have to be the richest man in North Carolina. I don't have to be the most wealthiest man in the Forbes magazine, top 100. That's all good with me. But I do want to be able to live comfortable. And when I retire, I want my home paid for, all my stuff. I have no debts. All I got is a phone bill and a light bill, and that's it. And I don't want to have to rob Peter to pay Paul. That's why I don't understand that people will have a bunch of bills, credit cards maxed out, and then they'll still try to go on vacation, still try to go on cruises, still try to do all these things and try to look like they got it going on when you got a mailbox full of debts, when you ought to be trying to take care of those debts and get those debts out of the way. That's how you build wealth. You don't build wealth by having a bunch of bills. You don't build wealth by having a bunch of debt. You get rid of that debt so you can build wealth. See, we got it backwards. We got it all backwards. We got it all twisted. And we don't understand that because we just like, oh, I deserve a vacation. No, you don't deserve a vacation. You ought to be working hard and diligent to get those debts taken care of. Start with your smallest debt and work your way up to your biggest debt. Pay your smallest off first as quickly as possible. You got to make extra payments or whatever, pay it off quickly. Move up to your next debt. If you was paying $45 a month on that one debt, move that $45 up to the next one, pay the payment on that one, and keep moving on up till you get it paid off. And then next thing you know, you'll be debt free. This is the difference between the poor mindset and the rich mindset. Hey, you guys, I love you with the love of the Lord. You guys have a good day. Uncle T's out.